So hey guys, and welcome to another layout update. I know it's been a while since the last update, but I've actually been really sick lately, so I haven't been able to upload. But while I was home, I did get a lot done on the layout, which I will talk about in this video. So let's get started. So obviously the first major change you can tell is that I have started to put down grass on my layout. So I'm just starting out by putting the grass mat down along the edges. So as you can see, I have the corners done. I have it done all the way along here down to the yards. And then I'm thinking about putting some in this corner and then in here to separate the yards from the main line. And then of course when I have my town built, I'm gonna put grass over there. And to just show you quickly what grass mat I'm using, it's the Woodland Scenics grass mat. This is the spring grass, and I like the spring grass because it's like a nice kind of matte green. The summer grass was a bit too bright for my liking, a bit too like yellowish green. And so the spring grass is a really nice color, and I think it suits my trains well. And to stick it down to the layout, you have to buy the Woodland Scenics matte adhesive, which you apply with a paintbrush. So you can see I bought a little paintbrush with it. And so what you do is you just dip the paintbrush in the matte adhesive and, spread it evenly along, and then just lay the mat on top and it'll be sturdy. And so because I had to cut the mat into kind of awkward shapes to fit the curves, it's not exactly perfect, and you can see the gaps and everything in between, and there are also gaps in between the individual sections. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buy some like little foliage and sprinkle, like some like static grass or some bushes or something all along the layout to plug those gaps and make it look a bit more realistic. And then over here is just a pile of extra little grass pieces that I can use on other parts of the layout. And coming over here to this corner, I started mapping out what I want to populate this area. And so I had the idea to have a little museum area with the J83 and LNERT coach as an exhibit, and then also a little private wagon with some sleepers on this little track. This will not be motorized, it'll be a static exhibit for the museum. And then also a signal box, so this could be the museum building for the visitors. So it could be filled up with like stuff about railway history or whatnot. And then I also had the idea to do a little narrow gauge railway using my N-gauge track, because I had a loop of N-gauge tracks on my N-gauge Acela Express set. And so I'm planning on having a small N-gauge narrow gauge line to shuttle passengers from the museum to the train station. And so it's an ongoing project. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep using this track or if I'm going to buy some actual 009 track, because 009 is essentially N-gauge track but built for 00 or HO layouts, so the sleepers are spaced more widely apart, but I'm not too sure. And then I also have to come up with what kind of rolling stock I want for my layout for the narrow gauge, because I'm thinking about a Bachmann N-gauge diesel and then a flat car, and then just cutting 00 gauge benches to put on the flat car so people could ride along or something. I'm not too sure. That's in the planning stages. And while we're over here, I just want to talk about the plan that I have for this station. I have some really big plans for it. First of all, I bought some little things to detail the station and make it look like a real platform. And actually I bought them about a week ago, but they haven't arrived yet. But here's essentially what they were. I bought a 4-pack of benches, little wooden benches for the passengers. And then I also bought a passenger information screen. I bought 2 of them so passengers will know essentially like what train is coming on what track and stuff. And then also some station signage. So it'll have like a little timetable and a British Rail sign so people know that it's a mainline station and stuff. And then also a Hornby Scaledale station office that'll go on the platform, so it'll essentially act as a waiting room for passengers waiting on their trains and stuff, if it were raining or something. And so in order to get passengers from the platform to the town and the main station building, I'm planning on getting a Metcalfe footbridge. As you can see over here, it's only £8.50, so not too expensive. And what it'll do is it'll allow the passengers to walk up over the tracks, over this track, and then onto the road or another platform or whatever I have over here. And then also I might have a second footbridge, or I might combine 2 footbridges into one large one, so passengers can also get from this platform to the grass area, so they can then go on the little narrow gauge railroad to the museum. So I think that would be a cool idea, having like one large footbridge span over the main line. So yeah, that's also in the planning stages, and you guys will see how that becomes reality in the following videos. And also, while we're talking about the station platform, I'm also planning on adding lights to the platforms so that it'll bring it to life at night and stuff. And so I'm planning on using the Woodland Scenics Just Plug lighting system, and then they have some concrete station platform lights that I might install. They come in a 3-pack for about £17, and basically the Just Plug lighting system, it's Woodland Scenic's own system that allows you to basically wire up lights all over your layout and then plug them into like a central hub, and then essentially that hub will go plug into the wall. And so what it does, it eliminates the need to have separate power supplies and wiring and soldering and cutting wires and all that stuff that's really confusing. So I'll probably be using the Just Plug system for a lot of the buildings in the town, and maybe even put a little LED light in the Signal Box Museum over there. I'm not sure. And then also I'm planning on having a signal for over here, and possibly one over there for at the end of the platform for each, so train drivers can know whether to proceed or not after leaving the platform. And so originally I was planning on using a Burco signal, but that requires wiring and switches and soldering and all that, and I wasn't having that. That's a lot of work, and I don't have an electrical degree, and I don't know how to do all that. And so what I've decided on is the Train Tech signals, which you literally just plug into the track, and it's DCC fitted. So all you do is you plug it into the track and program it to a specific address, and then from your controller you can flip it from red to green and whatnot. So I think it's a really simple solution, much easier than fighting up and wiring with the Burco signals or any other. So at first I might have a signal here, or I might have a double-headed signal here, so one controlling this track and the other controlling this track for trains exiting the container yards or something. I don't know. It's just a plan at the moment. So that's basically it, you guys, for this video. Just a quick little update on the plans I have for my station and over here in the museum. Once again, I'm sorry for not uploading in a while, but I promise I'll upload more often in the coming weeks. And so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. and I shall see you in the next one.